Understand that there are many inappropriate jokes that we missed simply because they can only be understood by adults. Make sure you watch this video until the end to know which funny symbol was hidden in almost all the episodes. If you love iCarly as much as we do, don't forget to subscribe and please give this video a big thumbs up. Today we are showing you 15 funniest adult jokes in iCarly you might have missed. The Pointy Boobs. It was the first episode of iCarly, and we already heard one inappropriate adult joke. This is why our parents didn't like the show, and why we loved it even more. We knew that Carly was going to be a bad girl, as the first thing she did was getting into trouble because she put the head of a teacher on the body of a rhinoceros. This is why she and her best friend Sam had to spend the weekend at school to host the auditions for the talent show. One of the students performing was a young guy with no sense of humor, and they quickly compared him to Miss Briggs. Except he doesn't have Miss Briggs' crazy pointy boobs. Carly even said that it's like she stuffs waffle cones in her bra. And then Sam added that she could poke an eye with one of those things. Little did she know, Freddie filmed them and posted what they said online. We really don't understand how Nickelodeon got away with that. The Teacher. The three friends really have some problems with authority, and it just got worse when Carly and Freddie decided to break into an apartment in I Spy a Mean Teacher. They couldn't believe that teachers have a life outside school, and this is why they decided to know more about Ms. Briggs by spying on her. Unfortunately, they got a little too much information when they hid in her apartment and saw what she was doing when she was alone at home. She started making weird noises, and they quickly understood that she was just exercising. But wait, it got weirder. The two kids found a room full of Randy Jacksons. When we thought that Ms. Briggs couldn't be more obsessed, she started talking to a cardboard cutout and putting her butt between his legs. We guess this is why we don't want to know what teachers are doing outside of school. We think that we prefer Ms. Briggs when she is mean. The Balls. Just when we thought that this episode couldn't get more inappropriate, we heard another adult joke. Spencer was talking with his new girlfriend and asked her to do something for him. We all thought that he was asking for something many young men want from a beautiful girl, but we were actually really surprised. The girl started juggling with 3 balls, and Spencer was really happy. Unfortunately, it didn't take too long before they broke up. Spencer said that it was because he found out that she was juggling for other boys. It's not only a way to say that she was cheating, but many grown-ups imagine that she was juggling other men's balls. Anyway, when she tried to impress other boys, this girl got what she deserved. The guy couldn't stop watching iCarly, and she was upset because she didn't get enough attention. That's what you get for cheating on Spencer. His little sister will always be there to protect him. The Chick. Carly took a break from inappropriate jokes until the 16th episode of the first season, I Hatch Chicks. This time, Carly and Sam decided to hatch a bunch of baby chickens. They got some fertilized chicken eggs, put them in an incubator, and watched the little chicks come to life. However, these tiny creatures quickly escaped and started running all around the house. This is how Spencer, Carly's older brother, found one in the shower. He said that he picked it up thinking it was a bar of soap. Then he said that it was a good thing he realized what it was before… Never mind. We can only imagine what Spencer tried to clean with this baby chicken, and we are already terrified. Moreover, it sounds like there was a chick down there with him in the shower. It is even more wrong when you think that this word can be used to refer to a woman. Anyway, how did he even think it was a bar of soap? The Idea. And we couldn't end the first season without another inappropriate joke in I Win a Date. Spencer broke up with another girl just after a blind date simply because he didn't like her, and also because she had an imaginary pet unicorn. Anyway, Carly convinced her big brother to try online dating and post a video online. He tried to look like the perfect man. He tried to be sporty, and then he tried eating cereals for 9 minutes straight. As we expected, none of this worked. This is why Spencer decided to take a shower, because he always gets his best ideas when he's wet. We know that he was probably referring to water, but out of context, adults couldn't keep themselves from thinking about what he meant by being wet. Maybe that's actually what he was doing in the shower. Anyway, we don't want to be thinking about that, and we are happy that he got the attention of some women in prison with his cereal video. The Couch. Our parents thought that season 2 started out really well with no inappropriate jokes, and then they saw iPie, and they quickly changed their mind. This time, the friends wanted to go eat pie for breakfast. They loved it so much that they kept asking for more dessert, but there were no more pies. This was when they learned that the guy making pies passed away and that the restaurant was going to close because no one knew the secret recipe, except for his granddaughter Trudy. Carly asked Spencer to use his charm to talk to her. He offered her money, but what she really wanted was to go on a date with him, and this is how they ended up together. Spencer was already uncomfortable when Trudy asked him to move this party to the couch. All the grown-ups know what it means. Spencer replied that the couch was broken, and this is when the weird girl suggested that they could break it some more. Now we think that even kids understood this joke. The word. You want to hear this one because this is probably the most inappropriate joke we ever heard on Nickelodeon. In I Rocked the Vote, the three friends got the chance to work with a young man who participated in America Sings. Actually, they thought that they had a chance until they realized that Wade Collins was really a diva. They just wanted to help him after making him lose the competition, but Carly, Sam, and Freddie ended up being the losers. Freddie said that it was hard to find the footage of the singer not screaming at him, and that he even called him an untalented hobknocker. When Carly asked what it meant, Sam whispered in her ear, and she replied that it was gross. Her friend even added that it was illegal. If you don't understand what hobknocker means, we suggest you don't try to find out about it on the internet unless you are more than 18 years old. This is not even appropriate for adults, so we really wonder how young teenagers learned this word. The squirrels. After such an inappropriate joke, the three friends were nicer for many episodes until I Believe in Bigfoot. This time, we discovered that Carly was totally obsessed with Bigfoot when watching the footage on TV. She was sure that this creature was real, even though many people didn't believe her. And to prove that she was right, the four friends decided to go on an adventure and look for Bigfoot. Looking in the forest, Carly saw something moving and realized that it was only two squirrels wrestling. This was when Freddie corrected her by saying that they were not fighting, and his friend took another look before she understood what they were doing. Only grown-ups know what it is. But that's not all. In the same episode, Spencer was talking about a female beaver and a male raccoon socializing by a river when he was looking for a creature called the beavcoon. It seems like these animals are all single and ready to mingle. The fight. Fans of iCarly had to wait for another season of the show to see another adult joke, and they were not disappointed. The four friends decided to go to Webicon, and Spencer took the opportunity to dress as one of his favorite characters and visit the world of warlords. He thought that he was going to win the competition until he saw another guy wearing a costume. This is why Spencer decided to prove that he was the best, and they quickly started a fight. The two guys started insulting each other and singing until things got way too far. They used their weapons to prove that they were stronger than the other. Spencer used a long stab, and the other guy replied with two wrist balls. We don't know about you, but a long stick and two balls remind us of what only men have. This joke is really subtle, but we think that many adults understood what it was supposed to represent. The oil. Season 5 started in the best way with another inappropriate joke. We can never get enough of them. First, Carly said that Sam's mom was having a laser hair removal. Spencer asked on what body part, and his sister said that she didn't want to know. Were they talking about one specific body part? Anyway, that's not the joke we wanted to talk about. Spencer was stuck in Carly's pants and wanted to use olive oil to get out of it. When he asked his sister where it was, she answered that it was in the bathroom where he left it. But what has he been doing with it? Many adults understood that he probably needed a little bit of lubrication while having fun, and that is something that no sister should ever know about. We guess that he'll be putting oil in his pants once again to get out of these jeans, and we don't want to be there to see it this time. The restaurant. Just as we heard an inappropriate joke, another one was coming in the following episode. I Date Sam and Freddie. In this episode, Carly and Gibby were spending more time together while Sam and Freddie were trying to get to know each other. Actually, they were mostly fighting, but they found a way to make it cute. This is why the couple asked their two friends to go on a date with them. Freddie invited them to a restaurant called Peenie's, and Gibby replied that he loves Peenie's. We don't know about you, but we think that it really sounds like the name of a body part that only men have. And Gibby seemed to be really enthusiastic about it. Sam even said that lasagna at Peenie's is so good that she wants to be buried in a bathtub full of Peenie's lasagna. And we think that it sounds wrong to be a bathtub with so many peonies. No matter what, this restaurant gets a lot of attention simply because of its name, so good for them. The Wind. With an episode named Eyeballs, we knew that we were going to see something wrong. First, Spencer talked about taking a girl to Peonies once again, but we have another joke for you. If you watched this episode, you know that Spencer got a personal assistant to help him do stuff and things, so this nice guy followed him everywhere to do whatever he wanted. Unfortunately, every good thing one day comes to an end, and the personal assistant had to quit his job. He said that he would miss Spencer, and he asked him where he would go. This was when he answered that he was going to go whichever way the wind blows him, and Spencer replied that he hopes it blows him someplace wonderful. If you know what blowing someone means, you can understand that saying that was actually really inappropriate for a kid's show. At least we guess that the personal assistant will appreciate that, or maybe he will just be blown back into the men's room. The Show. Nothing inappropriate happened in the 6th season. And then, we couldn't believe that it was already the last season of iCarly. But no matter what, we were happy to know that there were going to be 2 more inappropriate jokes, and one of them was in I Shock America. When we saw Jimmy Fallon, we knew that it was going to be a great show, mostly when Spencer saw that the host loved iCarly. Carly and Sam talked about Jimmy Fallon, and this is how they got the chance to be invited on the show. Unfortunately, they totally ruined this beautiful opportunity. That's because Gibby dropped his pants when dancing, and unfortunately for the audience, he was not wearing any underwear. We know that he loves peonies, but that was not a reason to show it. It was really awkward. We can't imagine how terrified the people in the audience were, and we guess that Jimmy Fallon is not going to invite them again. The Book. It was the second last episode of our favorite sitcom, and we were ready for one last inappropriate joke. Spencer went to Funk and Fester and learned that he couldn't enter the room unless he was with a kid. This is why he had Guppy by his side, and while the grown-up was playing games to win a prize, the kid had to wait at a table and read a book. But wait until you see what Guppy was reading. Just look at the title of the book. It is called Nifty Shades of Beige. Don't you think that it reminds you of something? It looks just like the popular novel 50 Shades of Grey. And if you know about it, you know that this is absolutely not a book for children. If Nifty Shades of Beige is anything like that, we understand why Guppy had that strange look on his face. The Apartment. Can you believe that there was one joke that we saw in a lot of episodes, but many people didn't realize that it was inappropriate? It was there since the first episode. If you look at Freddy's apartment, you will see a strange symbol next to his door. It is 8D. And no, it is not a random flat number. If you are a grown-up who likes flirting on the phone with your partner, you know what it means. It represents something men have between their legs. Unfortunately, iCarly is over, so we won't see any more inappropriate jokes. But knowing about what you missed is just a good reason to watch the show once again. Are there any other adult jokes that we missed in iCarly? If you found one, don't be shy to tell us what it is in the comments section down below. We love to know what you think. And that's it for 15 funniest jokes in iCarly you might have missed. For more stories like